recent and unstoppable accusation by the leader of the movement fighting for Biafra freedom, IPOB, circulating that the president of Nigeria is a clone imposter created to keep power in the north and avoid the unfortunate incidents which took place during the last northern president in Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, has raised several alarms, and this notice is beginning to take a toll in Nigeria. Nigerians are taking measures to explore the facts and evidence brought forward by Kanu and the IPOB members. Nnamdi Kanu accused the world leaders of being part of this monumental deception, leading to the bamboozling and swaying in over 200 million people despite their hardship and incompetent leadership. Shocking to reveal this at the early hours of today, that right from the day the IPOB leader raised this alarm, a popular dreaded underground journalist, Julian Assange, embarked on his private investigation to uncover the truth. Julian concluded his investigation yesterday, confirming it that the man in Aso Rock in Nigeria is not a good option for the betrayal of the people's trust. He stated further that the man in Aso Rock, Nigeria, is a $536 million hired and manipulated imposter. His name is Al-Sudani Mahmoud Jubri, is Sudanese. This is the greatest betrayal of people's trust I have ever seen such in my entire life, not even as an investigative journalist. His revelation revealed that Abakari is the man behind the entire concept. He is the one presiding over Nigeria, and the other entire political class is all aware of it. Britain is fully aware of it, and the Bishop of Canterbury backed the solution in order to keep the power in Nigeria in northern region. They have stated that they are not ready and willing to accept misfortunes from having old presidents who died before their time, thereby setting the northern region backward. Nigerians have been totally hoodwinked and mentally backlashes. So guys, this is not the first time that Nnamdi Kanu has been laying claim concerning the imposter in Aso Rock. He has been saying it over and over again, and people never, people don't really want to believe him. Of course, they are entitled to their opinion. Of course, everybody is entitled to what he or she wants to believe. But one thing about Nnamdi Kanu is that most of the things he has been saying, they are beginning to unfold. And some people at times, they tend to they tend to believe that, what this man is saying is true. When they see some kind of reactions, when they see some kind of situation that will just occur, they will be just like, they'll be wondering. And it's been like that in the minds of many Nigerians, but they cannot just pinpoint. And everybody is looking with keen interest. Everybody is looking with keen interest. But Nnamdi, who has said it, he knows what he said, and he knows where you got the information from. And now that this WikiLeaks, the Assange man, is coming out to say he has done his own investigation, that right from the day Nnamdi Kanu brought this issue forward, that he has gone underground to do his own investigation. And for some days now, this thing has been on online, and people have been like, what could really be happening? And the fact that majority of the people who are surrounded or who are in Aso Rock, they are aware of it. Because most of the time you see their actions, you see the way they do things, it gives, it worries a lot of people that why could such thing be happening? Because even the so-called people that even voted and brought him in, they are beginning to lose trust. They are beginning to lose focus. They don't even know what is happening. You can imagine even the vice president, the whole thing surrounding him, and people are like, how can some things be happening? Let's even leave the issue of whether imposter or no imposter, but things happening now, things that we are seeing now, it is enough for anybody to say something is wrong somewhere. That something is wrong somewhere, and there's a kind of secrecy. There's kind of secrecy that people are trying to cover. Everything is shrouded in secrecy. A lot of things. People cannot just fathom things that are going on now. It's just been back and forth, back and forth. Some people are just making a reference to the way the president's wife, they have been traveling separately. And people will be wondering, as old as the president is, you can imagine that the wife is not always around her. The wife is not always around him most of the time. The woman, they said both of them went to Saudi Arabia. Then the woman from there went to the UK. She spent close to 3 or 4 months in the UK. The man was there alone. You know, we heard about all this Asu Rock Villa here and there with Mama Daura's daughter and the Mama Daura and all those drama that played out. She came back, the man traveled again, and the man went to stay 3 weeks. You know, in an ideal situation, they are supposed to be together. In an ideal situation, the man stayed almost like maybe 2 weeks or so before he came back, and the woman was in Nigeria. What could be happening? And they told us, it's a private visit, and with all these documents signing here and there. And at the end of the day, how many weeks did the man stay in the UK for Mama Abakari to have rushed down to bring the what is it called, the documents or whatever they signed, leaving the vice president over there? So it really calls for worry. Without even this, what imposter or no imposter, something is definitely wrong somewhere. And this man, Abakari, his name has been ringing over and over again. His name has been ringing, even with their posture, even with their body language. Now the president came back and said, no, he didn't sack the 35 aides of the vice president, that it was just, they tried to reshuffle them. And meanwhile, the spokesperson, Garba Shehu, said they had to sack them because they are trying to cut costs. There's a kind of discrepancy. There's, the whole thing is just, they are contradicting themselves. So the reason why a lot of things have not really blown out, that they are still covering this in, because of the power, they are holding on to now. And to make matter worse, Nigerians are not ready. Nigerians are not ready. Just this a little thing that Showore is calling for. Protest, revolution, whatever way, anybody might want to define it. People are drawing back. That is where the problem is. People are drawing back. People cannot even ask questions. People are still blaming Showore for what he did. And with this situation, the situation that we are in now, that this government does not want to obey court order, when it's glaring, when the court has given its judgment or has given its own point of view on how everything should go, from one step to the other, they are not obeying court order. That is to tell you something is wrong somewhere. Like I always say, like these people, it's like they don't really want to hand over, because if you know that after 4 years they are not going to be there, then why all this bragado here and there? Something is definitely wrong somewhere, and Nigerians are not ready. Nigerians are not ready. Apart from this imposter of everything, I'm still talking about it. We have millions of problems that Nigerians are supposed to have come out to say, no, we don't want this. But everybody just keeping quiet. Over 200 million people, everybody is afraid. We just have pockets of people, very, 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 very tiny percentage of people coming out to say things the way they are. And the rest millions of people, the rest percentage, the huge percentage of people will still descend on this few percentage. That, why are you talking? What is your problem? These are the things they are looking for. They will politicize it. They will take it, sentiments here and there, religion line. They will go in that line. Oh, you are not from this, you are not from that tribal line, and leaving the main issue. And focusing on things that are not relevant. And meanwhile, everybody is suffering. And they are smiling. They say they are okay with everything. What has Nnamdi Kanu said? He has said everything, and they just couldn't even hold him. And we are still hearing all of this. Nnamdi Kanu will just be laughing that he has said this thing, all of this things before. Most especially this issue of a Fulani, whatever. Not until when Obasanjo now came up and said, oh, it's the same thing that they want to Fulanize, they want to Islamize, all these things. That was when people started, oh, okay, could it be true? Oh, Nnamdi said it, oh, this Nnamdi Kanu said it. But even at that, we know the insult that the old man got. They will say, go and sit down. When you were there, this and this and that, you are part of the problem. Okay, he's part of the problem. Now, because he's part of the problem, somebody else is bringing another problem. You want us to continue with that problem. We know the insult, even up to today, the insult that Nnamdi Kanu gets. Like I always say, they just need to focus on what they are really fighting for, because all of those people talking here and there, they are just distractors and they are distractions. That's just the way I see it. There is nothing that you want to say. Just like Reno Mokri has come out that is done with Nigeria because they are ungrateful. That the more you try to fight for them, the more they still abuse you, the more they frustrate your efforts. That is done with. Let them carry their cross. Let everybody carry his or her own cross, since that is the way they want things to go. Like this issue of this imposter of a thing, everybody, they will still come out and be justifying it, because the whole thing is really dicey. The whole thing is dicey. Nigerians are not ready. They are not ready to see anything. They are not even ready to look into anything. So guys, that is just my opinion concerning this new development. It has been on ground, and Nnamdi Kanu brought these whole issues up. But now that Wikileaks is still saying, oh, since the day Nnamdi Kanu made mention of this thing, and he went underground to check what is really happening, and he's coming out to say this is the way things are. So guys, leave your comments in the comment section. Let's hear your own talk, your own take on this. Thank you very much. Bye.